They're not on there yet to say hello. They're not on there yet to say hello. Yeah, no, not yet. Yeah, hopefully I did it right this time. I hope I did it right this time. Yeah. Oh, this is not good. Nobody's coming up. Here's some people. There's some people coming. There's some people. Yeah. There's some people. I love you too. What do you think? Nice people. Okay. I'm done saying hello. Hi, everybody. Is he being nice? No, not at all. This is the first time in 2 days I've been able to hold him, actually. Marshmallow! Yeah, that white tornado, which is Onni. Hi. Wait for more people to come on and I will tell you what happened with that. Oh, it was Nina? It was baby Alexa. It wasn't Alexa.
Washington.
You're making her talk. Stop it. What is she telling us? Erin's over there. Look. She's in her nest. That is...
It says something about Washington State.
What do you need to know?
I don't know where I got Washington from.
Yeah, I don't know why you... No, we're not going to Washington. No. How can you be like this 1 minute, vicious the next? I'll tell you how. That's how cockatoos can be. So, this was done by Onni. He got me right here. I had a pretty bad egg or whatever, and then the bruising's been moving day by day. Why? How? Was it because I'm doing this? No, because I know his body language and I can do stuff like that without getting hurt. His name's Scott. Yeah. Scott doesn't quite understand how to keep a large bird in control. So one of the things, I have to act like I'm talking to him or he'll get at. Is he doesn't know how to keep a big parrot under control. For one of the things you should do is, can you let go of my arm? No? Okay, well I'll show you. When you hold a parrot, you should always have a thumb over their foot. They get used to it eventually. Let go, let go. And you do this, you walk around like this. If they're being unpredictable, every bird's different. You should never have a parrot on your shoulder when they're big, a big beak, but every bird's different. Every situation's different. Scott has been always able to have Onni on his shoulder. No problem. Nobody else though, and it's not a good thing to do. Anyway, Onni is 4.5, and when cockatoos hit 4 or 5, the older big ones, the hormones come crashing down all at once. Like, that's the year. And his fans know that this has been creeping up for about 2 years. And 2 weeks ago, he blew up. And Scott knew this. And I've been having trouble handling him when Scott's here. And I was in the kitchen. And I'm talking to you, don't worry. I know. And no. And he walked into the kitchen. I was in the kitchen with my back turned. He was on Scott's shoulder. And he just flew off Scott's shoulder. I went like that. He got me here. And that was the end of that. I don't know what to say. He's not a bad boy. It's natural behavior. He has chosen Scott as his person. And that can happen with a parrot. Oni's a growing baby boy. Well, he's a tween now. And he's chosen to only like Scott. And he's pretty much pushed each of us out of his lives. And so when anybody else is around, that's all he wants is Scott. He doesn't even want you in the room. And he's getting annoyed. I know you're getting annoyed. Eventually, I might not be able to have him on this camera and we just have to talk. I hear you. Okay. You can see how irritated he is. Yeah. The other thing they do when they hit this hormonal season, which is at this time of year or next month, is they scream. When I say scream, I mean a Moluccan and umbrella cockatoo's voice. The decibels, when you measure them, is equal to that of a jet engine. And it's piercing. It can cause ear damage. And they scream for no reason. What used to be just at nighttime when he goes to bed or when he's excited or something can be all the time, even when you're holding him. Yeah, I'm going to have to put him up. He's really... I'll be right back. And you'll probably scream and you'll hear what I'm talking about. Right? And you'll hear what I'm talking about. And I'll have to, no doubt, put him in the other room soon. Okay, so, look, baby. That's his internet girlfriend. Baby. He got a Christmas card from Baby, too, that I just got because I didn't get to the post office. Wait, this is from somebody else. This is Baby's. And if he calms down enough, he'll be able to open it on camera. Okay. So, what was I saying? Oh, the screaming. There's one lady on a cockatoo group on Facebook that said her cockatoo screaming through the night. So, even though she puts it to bed when it's dark at 7 o'clock at night, so it gets 12 to 14 hours sleep, he will sit back there in the enclosed room and scream till 11. So, okay, let me look at some of these questions I've been letting go by that I can't see. I do. I agree that all your medium and above parrots are not suitable pets for all people. And I would say any cockatoo is just not really a suitable pet unless you're a special person. I'm not a special person because obviously we haven't settled into life quite well yet. Tika was suitable. Cockatoos are only for the very experienced, but most importantly for homes that you don't have neighbors, for homes that don't have a lot of action, like tons of kids, dogs, and you see, you need a home like that. Nina and Zoe's mommy, Erin, my best friend. And, oh, this is funny. Erin is Oni's girlfriend now.
Yes. There's lots of tail shaking.
Tail shaking is putting it mildly.
Yeah, putting it mildly.
He shivers. Oh yeah,
when he puts out his tail and he quivers it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like he wants to kill her.
Yes, at the same time, he's like, I love you, I want your body.
Yeah, and because you're not going to give me your body, I'm going to make you pay.
I will eat you.
I will eat you. Okay, back to the questions. Let me see. Are cockatoos good pets for beginners?
No.
Never. No, never. Never. They're not even good for most advanced. It And so it begins. That's not actually a plastic candle. Okay, so I'll be back again. I'm going to try and put him in his back room where he'll quiet down without him biting me. So, I will be back soon in a minute. Ouch.
Yeah, if I just.
I'll be able to concentrate and talk better anyway. Come here, baby. Don't bite.
For real, you need to say that now.
Don't bite. I love you. I love you too. I love you too. No. 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 This is too funny.
Do I need to chase you with the camera? Okay, I'm gonna go chase her with the camera because she just got attacked. We have a cockatoo and a towel.
This is called toweling. So if a big bird gets dangerous to biting you and they won't stop attacking you, or you have to go get them. You have to towel them.
Chicken.
Calm down, Onni. Calm. That's a boy. See, he's angry. Oh, see, they're manipulative. So then what do? They do this. And they squeak. So you let them out, right? What happens when you let them out?
No, I know not to let him out.
Here, let's show the people. I'll show. I'll hold the camera, and you put your hand in there, and we'll demonstrate what happens. Do it, Aaron. No, don't do it. No.
I'll do it.
She will. She's like the biggest animal person I know.
Okay, there you go. Nice.
She does a badass. She's not afraid of anything. Oh my God.
I do
Okay,
it.
now I can concentrate and answer you guys. So let me sit back
Well, that was
and read.
perfect. I was like, she just got attacked.
I hope that was really good for everybody to see. That's actually, yes, what that person said. Everyone pay attention now. That is normal. Yeah, he needs a girlfriend. Let's see. I'm going back over the things. I'm out of breath. That was scary. Yeah, they take your life over. They're territorial. You know, they're different. They're all individuals, and the species is different. I had a Goffin Tika, and she was a doll. At the same time, I read online somebody else had a Goffin, and they screamed all the time. So this is why they are so rescues. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and there are situations that no matter what you do, they just might not be conducive to that family life. Like, you can have somebody like Onni get even a little worse and, like, almost never get better. And here you have little children come into your life, or something like that, or you get handicapped and there's just no way for you to handle them anymore, and they have to be rehomed, sadly. So, you got an Irish eye. Oh, it's all different pretty colors. Let's see. Greetings. Yeah, the eye feels fine. It did not feel fine when it happened. When it hurt the worst was after, and I was sitting there at night trying to keep my mind off it, and the pain was actually so bad I threw up. And I have an iron stomach. Like, my husband has only seen me throw up once before this. What happened, again, for those that weren't here, Scott's very bad at keeping Onni under control. He's just kind of like your male's male, typical kind of male. And he works 70 hours a week, so he's exhausted and doesn't pay attention. You were supposed to hold a large parrot that's kind of unpredictable, so that your thumb is over their feet. That way you can feel everything they're doing. You're keeping at a distance. If you feel they're going to do something wrong, you can hold them. And you should never have them on your shoulder, because that beak has like 700 pounds per square inch pressure, and unless you want a cheap nose job. Anyway, so don't keep them on your shoulder. But everybody's different. Every bird's different. And Scott and Onni have this great relationship, and he takes the risk. He keeps them on his shoulder. The problem is, when I'm around, Onni tries to hurt me, because Scott is his person. He walked into the kitchen with Onni on his shoulder, so he's not in control. He goes into the kitchen. My back is turned. Onni sees me, and he flew off his shoulder and got me really bad. And that's what happened. Let's see, what else are you guys asking? Do you give Onni any kind of vitamins? He has a natural, like an organic mix. Let me see if I reach into his bowl and kind of show you. Where's my hand? Oh, normally there's all kinds of fruit and dried veggies. A lot of dried veggies in there. But he picks those out. Thankfully, they're good for him. And you want to keep that this season. You want to keep the nuts and the fat down, because it makes the hormones worse, supposedly, I read. So I have a lot of those pellets. They're filled with vitamins and everything. Plus, you keep a bird on a natural diet and offer them plenty of everything. They should get everything they need. Let's see. I'm going to put on my glasses because it's getting hard to read. Oh, there you guys are. Okay. What Courtney Love said, yeah. I mean, we're experienced. This is the best home situation Onni could ever have in his lifetime in a home. So if he's bad here, he's going to be as bad or worse somewhere else. So giving him up would not solve his problem. He's happy. He's very happy. He's just difficult right now. And it's going to take training, and it's going to take years of him growing up. He is a tween. He's being hit with puberty bad. It's the 4th year, or 4.5, and that's when it comes crashing down on him. So we have some years to go through. We have some training to go through. He's our child. When you have a human child, you don't know what you're going to get, do you? Get Charlie Manson sometimes. Don't you get a Charlie Manson sometimes when you have a kid? You don't know what you're going to get, right?
I had no idea when I got two. I had two.
I know, and you got a Nina.
I got a Nina.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then the sleeping one. Remember the one that slept all the time?
And you would have to poke it.
Yeah, Zoe, you had to poke at her.
For it to move or do anything. It was no fun.
Yeah.
So, and then we have Nina. Demon child. In all seriousness, you really could do everything correct as a parent, but each child has their own spirit and their own personality. You don't know what they're going to grow up. Same thing when you get a bird. Birds are so intelligent, they're like people. This is not a dog that is been domestic dog, cat, or ferret that has been domesticated for thousands of years to live with humans, that you can guide. This is not a horse that you can be the flock leader and be the alpha and have them at your command. This is not a pig that's brilliant that you can train. And this is not a child that you can just smack around, make them mind. No, I'm kidding, right? In all seriousness, you can't. These are wild animals. They're nowhere near domesticated. They're wild. Couple that with the brain of 3-4-year-old human child problem solving intelligence, and emotional intelligence is something older. It's not a good mix, and it's kind of what makes them not a great pet for people. And yes, I knew this. I have experience of a cockatoo before. Did I know it was going to be this bad? Nothing really prepares you. I don't care what anybody says. Even if you volunteer at a shelter, it helps prepare you, but it's still not going to be what they're like at home. And everybody who's had a cockatoo can tell you when they first come to your home, they go through a honeymoon period. And you think, what's everybody talking about? This, but it's only a period, and then the real them shows up. What else was I going to say? Also, a mindset even I had. Because I've had every animal under the sun, including a possum, I could do it all, and I've written for Critters magazine for years, and Pets magazines. I even wrote a couple articles for Birds. And I really thought if I got a well-bred animal that had this great start in life and some training, it started from a baby, that the very worst could never happen because the environment would be perfect. Like I said, that doesn't always happen, especially in wild animals. Just like having a child, it's a roll of the dice. That's why adopting a much older bird is so great on so many levels. One is they're an adult, they're past these stages. They're an adult, they have a personality. You kind of know what you're getting. If you adopt, you go to a shelter, the shelter mom can help match you up, your lifestyle or personality, with a bunch of other different kinds of birds, which may not even be the species you were.
Sean's a species.
Is Sean a species?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so.
He came up, made some coffee and left. Sean's a species.
There's an example of nothing working for someone. Okay, so. Good example. No.
Serious.
Yeah, in all seriousness. And the shelter also becomes your resource for life. Any little thing happens, you have a shelter mom to pick up the phone and cry and say this is happening. She's there for you. She educates you. You have somewhere that maybe you can babysit the bird or set you up with a babysitter so you can get a break. They know the vets and everything. And you save a life. You save a homeless little soul. Why didn't you adopt Wolfie? We did try. Scott was looking for a year, and I didn't even know. I was looking for 6 months. Didn't even tell him. Because we didn't want to tell each other that we were thinking of trying again after Tika, because we weren't 100% sure we were ready. So we were just preparing. He did find one that was homeless, and somebody was getting rid of it. But it was too early for me. I wasn't ready. Later on, when we were both on board, we went for another 6 months. We looked in Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, somewhere else. And couldn't find a place to go visit and find a bird that was much older. I wanted older, with no plucking or aggression problems. I couldn't have plucking, guys, because I went through that hell before. It broke our hearts. We're scarred forever with Tika, because it turned out to not just be plucking, it turned into mutilation syndrome, that she literally killed herself. We couldn't go through that again. So we could put up with a screamer, we can put up with a little bit of a biter, but not a plucker. That is really hard, because why do birds end up in shelters most of the time? Fighting, or maybe they've plucked and people think they're ugly. So, yeah, we looked, really tried. We went to New Jersey. We were trying up there because there were 2 younger but adult birds that needed homes. They weren't in shelters, they were in stores. When we went to them, and we just did not connect at all. And so we were depressed that day, and there's the largest bird store in the nation is in Burlington, New Jersey, called Bird Paradise. And we visited there because the whole store is open to play and socialize with all their animals. And we go there every year and play with them. And of course, unluckily, lucky for Ani, but I guess lucky for everybody else, Ani was there, and he's sitting there in his fluff ball, and Scott saw him, and I saw him across the room, and Scott literally ran to him, and it was instant love. And Ani attached himself to me, but I was strong and held fast and said, no, we're going to adopt. We left. We couldn't sleep all night, because sometimes you're just picked and you know. And if you knew Scott's story, you would know why I didn't say no to him, which I won't bore you with. And so that's how we got Ani. That aside, adopt, please adopt. Okay, right back at you. Time to stand. Your info was awesome. Oh, wow, thank you. Oh, gosh. There's people from different countries, and I'm an ignorant American and only speak English. I really apologize for that. I'm going back. Here, the purpose of going live is to interact with your audience, and all I do is talk. And I'm going back. Your favorites are Ani, Maxwell, and Eric. That's funny because they're so different. Who's my favorite? Eric, the legend. Which, by the way, he's okay. Fans were wondering because they disappeared for almost a year without so much as a word of what's happened or anything. And then, voila, the other week, Sharon came on, and here we are. So Eric's okay. Lester's okay. Sharon's okay as far as we know. So, but yeah, I like Eric because he's full of personality. He's so different from everybody, and each video is different. I like everybody because each parrot celebrity is just wildly different from the other. Sometimes I'm interested as to why Ani's so popular, because I could go through each parrot celebrity and tell you exactly why they're so different and amazing. And honestly, maybe it's just because I live with them. With Ani, I look at him and I'm like, he's fluffy. Yeah, Ani, come back. I've been on live for 30 minutes already. It feels like 5 minutes.
Well, you almost got attacked.
Yeah.
They had to be put back in the cage.
2 different times.
Yeah.
This is Erin and the family. Viewers will know her. She's Nina and Zoe's mom and my best friend. And she made herself a nest.
I like this.
Because do you see what it looks like outside? What is all that crap in the sky? Okay. Reading more questions. I'm going to be quiet for a minute. You guys can keep chatting. I'm just going to back because there's 30 minutes of questions that I'm going over to try to answer them. Sarah Smile said what I said, but not as clearly as her. If you're thinking about any bird, the coolest thing you can do, the best thing for yourself and the animal, is call rescue and ask if you can shadow for a day, which means you stay there for a day or afternoon and you talk to the mom. You're around the birds to see how loud they are, what they're doing. You watch her or help her clean cages to see what's involved with that, see the food and cost, and also you'll be surprised. You may think, oh, I want an Indian ringneck. Yes. But you may go there and they may not be what you think, or you may have never met a Myers before. and that Myers jumps on you, and it's like magic. So, yeah. Bye, Sherry. She said goodbye a while ago. Again, thank you for those in other countries tuning in, and I really, really apologize that I don't speak the languages. Please keep posting though, because other people aren't as ignorant as I, and they will know what you're saying. And when I get the time, I do translate. When I get the times, I go back and I try to translate comments and reply in their language. What happened to my eye? That was 11:15. Just in short, because I explained twice, Onni was territorial over Scott, and Scott didn't have control over him. He flew across, jumped on me, and bit my eye, and I got incredibly lucky that I didn't have to go to the emergency room, and it's just swelling and bruising. Somebody keeps asking, I don't know if they're still there, can you please tell me how I can make my cockatiel fully fit? I don't understand the question, because I can tell you a lot about cockatiels. So if I can understand that a little better, I can answer that. I'm going to be signing off soon because Annie's not able to be in here. I was hoping to open up some mail. I got a box from Jensen. I've got this mail from Linda Varga and Baby, his internet girlfriend. This is her Christmas card. We were sick with the flu, and it was too cold also to bring Annie out to get the card. So we finally gave up and went and got it because it's been sitting there so long. Onni loves mail. The address is going to be below in the description. It doesn't matter if you send him a piece of paper or bubble gum wrapper. He just likes opening it and being read to and stuff like that. Okay, what is Donnie doing right now? He is back in his room. I'll show you in a minute. How does Scott spoil him? How does Scott spoil him, Aaron? What, like, how do you answer that?
Gushy, lovey, kissy, and cuddles, and...
And what shouldn't you do with a hormonal bird?
Gushy and cuddles. You don't do that. It's like you don't touch a dolphin in a certain spot.
That.
There.
That.
It's like, don't touch the dolphin.
There's certain places you don't touch on a bird, and especially cockatoos. You try not to pet below the neck. Like I said, everybody's individual, and just because you see somebody else is doing it, if they're not having a problem at all, that's their, way. But most birds, the general rule is do not pet below the neck, because only mates in the wild do that. Just pet their heads. And what Scott does is he smushes them in his face. You can see it every video. And he hugs them. He doesn't pet below or do anything like that too much. But it doesn't matter if he's doing all this too. He also, how else does he spoil him? That's in a bad way. He doesn't put up boundaries real well for him when we're training, and I'm working on that. Because both parents have to be on board and do the same thing for anything to work. Scott gives him bacon when you ain't looking. That's how he spoils him. Oh, I'm sure he gives him worse than that. Let's see. Greetings to the Netherlands as well, and Massachusetts.
Hey, I want to move to the Netherlands.
Why did Onni choose your husband as his favorite? That is the mystery that all bird owners want to know, because if they knew it, there wouldn't be any problems. It's just, I guess, birds in the wild, since they're wild animals, it's natural for them to pick a mate or best friend. And they're like people, their brains, they're smart. There's like a little black box, and we'll never know why they all of a sudden like somebody or don't like somebody. A lot of parrots are family pets. They go to everybody. But it's also common for them to get a favorite person. For them to be this bad with a favorite person happens. It's more common in some species than others. Let's see. Okay, I think I understand this question. How do you give anything important to keep Sunny fit? Okay, I'm guessing that's a second language. Okay. I'm guessing that means how do we make him fit into the family and give him attention and in the mix of all this chaos. Right now, not well, because we're stressed by Onni and everything. He eats dinner with us every single night. He's out free and runs around the table and socializes with us and talks every night. We try to bring him out when Onni goes to bed. 8:30, Onni goes to bed, but we're going to start putting him in bed much earlier. And then Sunny sits out and watches TV and cuddles with us at night. I try to remember to put Sunny on my body when I'm doing chores. He likes doing dishes, laundry, or whatever. That's about what he's getting now. He needs more. Why he doesn't get more since Anni's in his cage a lot is because Sunny is crazy, madly in love with Onni. He always has been. If Onni is in the same room, Sunny won't let you hold him. All he wants to do is fly over and be with Onni, and the bad thing about that is Onni will kill him a little bit. Because Sunny tries to stick his head in the bars or his feet in the bars, and it's quite a mess. So it's just like a delicate dance. How do I go on holidays when you have so many animals to take care of? Oh, this many animals? Hell, this ain't but a thing. I had 9 ferrets, most of which were either adopted or I rescued. And we had a possum, we had a chipmunk, we had, what else all at the same time? A saltfish tank, a fresh fish tank, 4 birds, very small. What am I missing, Erin? What have I had?
I don't know. I'm the one that takes care of them.
You don't know, you're just the one that takes care of them. Well, just know that's just some of it. That we were able to do because guess what? We didn't have a cockatoo that takes up your life. So I was able to do the dance. Everybody was out of their cages, and everybody had sections of the house so they were safe. And we had lizards, lots of lizards, and giant tegu, and
lots of lizards.
Lots of lizards. I love lizards. And snakes. Everybody had out of the cage. It was awesome and safe. And we were able to do that because we were 4 people, and I'm kind of like the matriarch of the home, and I was the boss. And everybody had their jobs, you know. I don't care if you were 7 years old and autistic, you were cleaning that damn ferret cage. You wanted the ferret. So, and everybody's part of the family. So we were able to do that. When the boys grew up and decided they didn't want to do that anymore, we lessened some animals. But it was still a lot. And I used to be a writer for the pet magazines that you see in the pet stores for over a dozen years. So I could do that at home. I had my own schedule. So since I was home all the time, I could do that with the animals. And then I got a cockatoo. And
end of life.
What she said, end of life. At least until he's much, much older and trained better and our house is mesh. Where do I go? When you have a huge bird, I'm sorry, but a lot of times you really can't go anywhere unless you have a place to board unless you have somebody that maybe can house sit and live here while you're gone, because you can't exactly take that cage and put it anywhere. You just can't carry that to somebody's house. So for us, if we go to New Jersey, there's a bed and breakfast that Bird Paradise he stays in. Otherwise, guess what? We can't go anywhere. Before that, this was our answer. So the little birdies either traveled to her house, or most often she came here and played with them.
The snakes and the fish and the axolotls.
Axolotls. And you're doing your little girls like I did my little boys. They have to take care of things and help. And they love all animals except Zoe doesn't exactly like worms.
Yeah, Zoe's not a big fan of worms.
And crickets.
But Nina would eat a worm if you asked her to.
This is true.
Want to ask her?
Do I want to ask her? No, worms have feelings too. Maybe if we find a dead one. That could work.
One that's cooked on the concrete.
One that's gotten caught on and cooked, then all the
Crunchy.
bacteria.
Crunchy like bacon.
Like bacon.
Tastes like bacon.
So that's the answer about the holidays, and it can be tough. You can kind of feel almost like a prisoner in your own home. Hi to Holland. Your bird is red and big. Oh, McCall. There's another challenge. They're sweet, though. What happened to my eye? Scott didn't have control of Onni. Onni got territorial. Hormone season hit hard 2 weeks ago. He is 4.5, and it comes crashing down on cockatoos at that year all at once. And hello, Tupelo and Denver. And Ani's in the back room because he got cranky, and then he started screaming. That's the other thing when they're hormone season, they scream nonstop. Okay, so one thing I miss is I also liked to kind of like semi-rehab wild animals. So it started because I had a ferret, and that people in, I wanted to say redneck land, but that's offensive, isn't it? Oops. I can't delete that.
Is
well, the people that aren't animal people, having a ferret was like crazy. So all little kids were so cute. Anything they found in the road or whatever, can you fix it? And then even people like the electric power board, if they knocked a squirrel out of the nest, all the neighbors would tell them, go give it to Rebecca. So I used to do that. We kept 2 little birds, kept them and rehabbed them, and then sent them to a professional to release them. And I don't do that anymore because I have a cockatoo and there's no time, and I don't want to risk a spread of germs. Okay. Your pal Ani is okay. Hello, Brooklyn. Hey, Czechoslovakia. That was the Shawninator. Okay, I'm going to go because I know we're going on 43 minutes and I can't shut up. So I want you right now, you tell me where you're from, each person. Go. Ready? The Netherlands, Germany, Connecticut, Hawaii, Virginia, Germany, Bulgaria, North Carolina, Syria,
no, I want
Denver,
to move
Kentucky.
All I care about is the Netherlands.
That's all you care about is the Netherlands. Why, you want to go there someday for real?
I want to go there.
I'll go with you.
It's really pretty.
Spain, the UK, classified. I love it. More Netherlands. Japan, New Zealand, Canada, Thailand. In case a regular doesn't know, we are in Tennessee, United States. Kentucky, Netherlands here again. Mars. There's somebody from Mars, Sean. Somebody.
Good day, weirdo.
Good day, weirdo, to you too. I hope that was on camera. The thing went black. I don't know why, where it said, do you want to restart the phone?
It's a Samsung.
Get out of here. Reconnecting. Reconnecting. Sorry. India. Now I'm in for a bit of soda. You're ain't it. I'm not saying I'm not falling.
You're
for
it.
that. I'm not falling for that. Yeah, I'll show Onni right before I leave. You're what? You're... Gotcha.
Europe.
Yes. Europe. I hate being depressing, but we are sorry, Australia, and love you. And I don't say anything more because it's hell on earth there for those poor people and animals and stop happy things. Okay. Is that where everybody's from? Is that it? I hear Sonny. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow. Meow, meow. Come here. Whoops. Come here, Sonny. Hi. What are you doing? Bird. Good one. Bird. Nice. Touchdown. Well, you done talking? You done talking? Say hi. Hi. What are you doing? Is that it? Okay, let's see. I am here. He's going, come here, meow, 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 meow. Oh, I know why he's saying, come here, meow. He knows I'm heading to Anni's room. Oh, turn off the light. I'm sorry, Onni. And this is where we go when we're being, like, really bad. And we're calming down. This is his room. This is his night cage. We keep this up so it's a little bit, not in a day usually, but at night, so he gets like 12 hours of sleep. You singing? Singing this, swinging on a star. This is the sunshine room. This is where we built this. So Onni has a bird room, and we made it unique. We made it so that the family can be in here with him and him be free. Also, he watches things like Parrot Town TV, which is bird TV. Parrot Town has, like, I'm sure you appreciate me showing you the blank TV screen. Usually we have that playing. It has music and parrots on there live. Who's reporting somebody? Why? I hope you were kidding. Oh, I'm going to kill that bird. Don't report them. Just ignore them. It might be somebody with a sick sense of humor is all. Learn to laugh at life. It'll be okay. Nice way to get him to be quiet, though, I guess. I don't know. Just ban him. Yeah. Can do that. That bird. Okay, everybody. We're going to go. I'm going to let you go. Thank you for tuning in so I could fully explain what happened with my eye because it's really, really, really vital information for people to know. Okay? You ready to say goodbye? No what? No go? I gotta go. There he is. Mark, shut up. Bye-bye. Now I gotta figure out how to shut it off. This always takes like a little while. Shut it off. There.
Touch buttons.
Touch buttons.